I know I'm kind of late or whatever, but I had to talk about being Mary Jane season finale, 2 hour season finale, which was some bullshit because that show was only good for the last half an hour. So, the first hour was a mess. It was so boring. I watched it hoping something good would come up, but nothing was really exciting. We talked, I think they went to New York to see what's going on with Cara family and everything like that, and I think they should have did that in I believe they should have did that in early in the season, because there was no need for it to be season finale. That was just dumb and ridiculous. And Mary Jane getting the primetime slot over this woman, which is good for her. It shows about her career, but don't add that with the season finale. The last part of the season finale, guess the hour part, should have been a season finale. I am totally disappointed in BET for this, because it's such a good show. It's such a good show with a good premise, a good story, and everything like that. And they give us this half-ass season finale, and I wasn't here for it at all. I was not happy, and I was disgusted. I didn't watch it when it came on Tuesday. I was at work, but so probably like 45 minutes you watch it, because I watched it recorded or whatever. But it was just, one part I did like was the last half an hour when she finally was asking Sheldon about what are we, and he told her she had to be told that she's in a relationship, which is a little crazy, but sometimes it's better just to ask the question. Also, when they were going back and forth about the toothbrush thing, when the first time he moved that toothbrush, I already knew what it was, because he's such an asshole. He's very anal, and he has a little bit of OCD going on. But I should have known that. She should have known something was up with that, with the whole toothbrush situation. And when they started talking about the toothbrush, everything came out. He doesn't want children. He doesn't want to have kids. He's good. And I think that kind of hurt her. That would hurt me too, but I knew that was coming, because that's how men do. That's the same thing men do. Sheldon did exactly how women always said, I'm going to have a baby to fix a relationship. I'm going to bring you around my living space and see how I live, and see if you'll get used to it. Maybe it'll change your mind about having kids and having a family and having a husband. And it wasn't like he didn't know about it. She was upfront with him. She knows what she wants, and he knew that. But he thought he can change her, which is hilarious. And he old and set in his ways and stuff like that. So she broke it off to that and went back home. First of all, when her alarm went off in her house, her glass house that she lives in, I would have went to him, because you don't know what's going on and you haven't had sex yet. I guess you can call me a slut, because I was like, when are they going to have sex already? That's what being Mary Jane is known for, hot sex scenes. We didn't get that much sex this season. I was a little disappointed. That's why they need to bring Andre, aka Omari, back, because that was some sexy piece of man. That was some sexy piece of man right there. I miss him. He could have walked past, or she could have bumped into him at the gym, at the supermarket, or something. They need to bring Omari back, because that's a sexy ass man, and I miss him, and I love him. He's sexy. Anywho, so we get to the last 15 minutes part, because there's really not much to talk about. But the last 15 minutes part, or whatever, Lisa comes over to David's house, because David's dog died. Or what? Well, he had to put him down, and that, I guess that was like his baby. That's how it is sometimes with pets. That's part of your family. So, and they're talking or whatever the case may be, and they started getting into an argument about what's going on. He's acting so surprised that he's the trigger of her depression or what's going on with her, because she was in love with him. And just being like a regular man to a typical man, they always think it's all about them and never think about what they're doing to someone else or how someone else is feeling. It's always about them. And that's the crazy thing about it. Meanwhile, while they're having this argument back and forth, he accidentally calls Mary Jane, and She's on her way home driving, and she's so happy that he called back because she had left a voicemail like I did the day before saying, I'm sorry that you had to put the dog down, because she loved that dog too, and you know, she still loves Mary Jane, and she know he was hurting. And and they just going back and forth, like, oh, they had sex. He's sucking her, she's sucking his dick. She loaned him money. She took care of his dog when he was out of town. That was his girlfriend to me. I know him and Mary Jane broke up. He still loved Mary Jane, but he don't see he was doing wrong. He had no problem taking a pussy, getting his dick sucked, taking $50,000. And her cooking, and like she just said, Lisa had a good point. She was giving out them receipts, letting him know what's good, what's this, that. She was still there for him. When his dog died, making lasagna, her famous lasagna, which looked good, by the way, with some bread. Yeah, making lasagna in your house while your wife, baby mama is gone somewhere, I don't know, somewhere around the country or somewhere in another country. And she was still there, and you can't see that she's in love with you, that she'll be depressed, that one of her best friends they're not even talking, mainly because of you. Oh, I was so mad at David. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, Mary Jane is listening to this. Tears in her eyes, her mouth is wide open while she's driving, or was at a light. And she drove, and she started going. And then, I don't know, she swerved, another car swerved and crashed somewhere, and she crashed. And that was it. They never cut back to David and Lisa talking, arguing, or whatever the case may be. But they did realize she was on the phone when Mary Jane was at the light and it turned green, someone honked. And that's when they heard that he called her by accident. She heard everything. It's real crazy. And that's it. It crashed. We don't know if she dead or alive. I'm hoping they just need to kill the show, because this fucking season finale was terrible. I mean, like I said, the last half an hour of it was good, and that's about it. And I feel bad for Mary Jane. She's going to go into a real deep depression herself, because she's going to be all fucked up from the accident, I'm sure. And then she just got this new job. You know, she was feeling good about herself. She officially cut Sheldon off. And she was feeling really good about herself. And when she noticed that David was calling, she was smiling. She was so happy. And that motherfucker arguing with Lisa, talking about what happened. And she never knew nothing about it. And I know that could be hurtful. But otherwise, they might as well just kill the show, because I'm disgusted. I'm really disgusted with this season finale. So we'll see, hopefully, what happens next season. But that's not going to be for another year. They don't do it like at the fall season. They do it once a year, which is some bullshit. But we'll just have to see what happens. I hope you like my review. Like, comment, and share.